Yo,
Yeah, what was good, bro? My bad.
oh man, I forgot to tell you. You know, you can't let your phone go black, or we won't be able to hear you. You'll be able to hear me, but me and the audience won't be able to hear you.
Okay,
And shit, I guess that's that.
for sure.
Nah,
So,
introduce you again, once again, back on the show. Just a conversation is the brother, the young king, S.J.6, hip hop artist, producer, musician, all around great guy. What we talking about today, King?
for sure, family. I wanted to touch on a couple of subjects, man. The first one was something I talked about on last time I was on about being a black veteran in America.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want to just touch on some things I didn't touch on last time.
Okay, for sure. Let's get it. Let's get it cracking.
One thing I want to speak on is that even though the military has its hangups where what I'm saying a lot of black veterans ain't treated correctly and a lot of black soldiers are treated incorrectly,
Hmm.
it's all about how you work the system, man. Because
Okay.
somebody told me when I went in, don't let the military serve you, or no, don't no, serve your country, serve your country. Don't let the military serve you. Basically, meaning
Okay.
like don't mess you over. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them use you to the point you come out of this mud with nothing.
Right. True to that. True to that. Let
Mhm.
me get the people abreast for those that didn't get a chance to listen to the last episode. Me and the brother was speaking about, like you said, the military, how it does veterans, especially Asiatic veterans, Black, Latino, Asian, et cetera, et cetera. Um, and himself as his experiences as being a veteran, what he went through, et cetera, et cetera. So, that's what we touching back on now on this episode today with him for a little bit. And now I don't know how far in history you go back as far as with military, like as far as the historical studies, we could take it back to the American Revolution, Civil War, um, Pearl Harbor, Korea, however long the state of Asiatics in the military has always been, we just go keep it real, fucked up,
Yeah, true that, true that.
So, um, matter of fact, I had thought about you last night because I had seen on Fox 2 News Detroit, they were talking about the VA hospital. And remember, I told you my grandfather, my uncle, two of my great uncles was in the military. And my favorite uncle, my uncle Henry, he was did 2 tours in Vietnam, came back, and he passed. He died in the VA hospital that they had on the news last night. And they had the VA hospital on the news for years and years of mistreatment, whether on a whether it's financial, whether it was patient wise, or whether it was administrative wise. They have years and years of messing over veterans. You know what I'm saying, at that hospital,
Right, right.
and it's bad, man. It's real bad. You know what I'm saying? Especially since the system can send you out there to fight for a cause while you 18, 17, some, back way in the day would go in at 16
Right,
and
right.
go, fight for the cause that they felt they believed in, come back, you know what I'm saying? They teach you how to be a killer, but they don't come back around the corner and teach you how to be a civilian again.
Exactly. You're 100% right about that in a lot of ways, bro. You know what I'm saying? Very, very rarely do they let you debrief and teach you how to be a civilian again.
Yeah, and it's crazy because now they want to label more psychological issues under the post-traumatic syndrome. No, it goes deeper than just post-traumatic. You know what I'm saying? First of all, what about the pre-traumatic?
Right, right.
Nobody understands because nowadays it's more, I think, more clarified in the tests that they take, mental health awareness and all that stuff. But back in the day, they didn't give a damn if you was mentally ill, as long as you wasn't physical disability, you can be schizophrenic, you can be bipolar, you can be anything that they deem today as a mental health illness back then and be let in the military because all they wanted you to do was fight and kill or
Right,
kill
right.
and die. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, bro, it's interesting you brought that up because I saw something online like a little while back talking about during the Vietnam era how, just how you said, people could be mentally disabled, physically disabled, have all type of whatever going on, and they would let them enlist and put them in the front lines.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
crazy.
and the things they had them folks going on dummy missions and everything, getting hurt, killed, maimed, everything else. And
Man, come on. What platoon want to be under the charge of a sergeant or a lieutenant that has schizophrenia
right,
or bipolar? You know what I'm saying? They gonna send you on a kamikaze mission.
exactly.
Yeah, it's and then they sending people, well, they sending the youth because y'all is young. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, right out of high school, some didn't even graduate high school. They just slid past on a GED.
Right.
18, 19, 20 years old to face what? You know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids didn't grow up like that.
Exactly. And that's something else I want to touch on too. Going into that world is a culture shock if you're not used to it. Because it's an entire lifestyle, not just a job, you know?
Right.
And,
What? No, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
oh, you good, bro? I was about to say, like, when you go into it and everything, like, it's a high stress environment, like, for real.
Okay.
You know, you go into that, it's designed to break you down physically and mentally, but build you back up to what they want you to be, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They want you to be a follower, basically. You follow the commands of your leaders and the chain of command, and until you end up in the chain of command, you don't do nothing.
Exactly. Until you get that rank, you know what I'm saying, you can't really change nothing, you know?
Right. That's crazy. It's kind of being in the belly of the beast.
True. It definitely is
That's
in a lot of ways.
that's deep, man. That's some deep doo-doo there. And it's something that's really and rarely not talked about.
Oh, for sure. Like, it definitely needs to be more dialogue and discussion about that, you know?
I agree with that. Now let me ask you this question before we get on to the next question you had about it or subject. As far as, because I know you've heard about the gangs and gangs sending their gang members to the military.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now I don't know. I'm at a neutral stance on that because the Black Panthers sent brothers and sisters to the military also. You know what I'm saying?
True.
The
They had a
Black
lot of brothers like
Liberation Army.
Pratt, you know?
Uh,
They had a lot of brothers like Geronimo Pratt, you know?
yeah, that I was just about to bring him up. Yep. King Geronimo Jajaga shot down the ghetto bird off the roof of the Panther headquarters in Oakland. And yeah, his grandmother sent him to the military, and she told him to go and learn everything they had to teach him, and bring it back to the neighborhood and teach the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he did. So that's how he became the minister of defense out there in Cali.
Right, right.
Now, like I said, the gangs have done it. What reasons they may have to have done it, you know, whether it was negative or positive. Hopefully, some of the reasons were positive. I'm all good with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I would rather, if they were to be handling guns, et cetera, I would rather for them to have a good understanding of the weapons and or weaponry that they're using, so they won't innocent. So they won't kill somebody innocent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that aspect, bro. Because what the military teaches you about the rules of engagement. You know,
Right.
you can't just kill somebody without probable cause. You know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh yeah, but for sure, man. Like when you talking about that subject about gang members joining the military, I'm not against it either because it'll teach them structure and discipline. Like you said, teach them how to properly handle weapons and certain things. You know.
Mhm. Right. Right. And you know, it's always been a thing where the government does not want any Asiatics to have the right to bear arms. So they come with all the laws that they can, lock as many of us up as they can. So the ones that do get out can't, you know what I'm saying, according to the Constitution, be given legal rights to have a gun. But you know, cats go get guns regardless of what the law is, because technically by right, it's a law of the universe to protect self and your family, et cetera, and your children and stuff.
Oh, definitely.
But where it becomes a problem is because the government is trying to control that. When it was the same thing that the government was fighting when they were trying to get their independence from Britain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like something he was saying about the government controlling blacks having weapons and everything to defend themselves. It reminds me of when Ronald Reagan was governor of California, and he passed the Mulford Act to stop the Panthers from being able to carry guns in the open. You know.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Or for anybody in that for that nature. That's why they come with the concealed carrying concealed weapons permit and shit.
Right. Right.
So to divert the aspect of the Second Amendment, because the Second Amendment says you can carry it in the open, as long as it's not loaded.
Right.
So now comes the question: if you got an unloaded gun and somebody to pull the gun out on you that is loaded, that really don't make sense, do it?
No, I don't. Not at all.
But this is the law. So they want to be able to pull up on you with their guns out, shoot you down or whatever, whatever. And I mean law enforcement. But if you go for yours, you can't shoot nothing because it's empty.
Right.
Mm. Yeah. These are the laws made by the congressmen and representatives that we vote for.
You're 100% right about that, bro. Like it's crazy who we put in office without realizing what they're about and what their issues are, or how they feel about certain issues that affect the people,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if we want to get down from the politics and the what the military is actually used for, it still falls in line with the same thing with the police, FBI, CIA, et cetera, et cetera. It's all to protect the interests of the government. It's never been to protect the interests of the people.
Yeah, that's true. Because even like when you join the military and you do get benefits at some point,
Mm-hmm.
you still sacrificing and giving up something to get them benefits. They ain't free.
No, ain't
It's like
shit free. Right.
just like you remember the movie Dead Presidents when
Yep.
his girl was like, you probably had free meals and everything and blah blah blah. He's like, ain't nothing in the Marine Corps free. I earned every meal I got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't
Because
shit free.
exactly, ain't nothing free at all.
Hmm.
Yeah, bro. Like you'd be surprised, how many, what I'm saying, veterans come out and are entitled to stuff but don't get it because they don't have the knowledge to get it or they feel like they don't deserve it.
Right. Damn. Now, as far as you being a musician, hip hop artist, et cetera, do you talk about things like that in your raps, or do you like song ideas, et cetera, like that?
Oh, I definitely try to incorporate that in my lyrics and in my content. and I try to be
Right.
so conscious with my stuff too. You know.
Okay. Yeah, because you don't really, especially definitely in the mainstream, you ain't gonna hear, you know what I'm saying, too many talking about the military, what they experience. Now they go see a Jason Bourne movie in the New York Minute, but the actually, you know what I'm saying, if for those that have the experience to go in, you know what I'm saying, on some bars and be like, yeah, sitting in the barracks, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Um, riding in the Humvee, waiting for a bomb to drop. You know, some type of, you know, something that's gonna give understanding that this shit's serious.
Oh, for sure. And the thing is, bro, you probably didn't realize there are a lot of mainstream artists too that was in the military that never really speak on it that much.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm wondering why. Because it's an issue that's definitely needed to be spoken about.
Oh, for sure.
It ain't like it's clandestine and classified because shit, everybody know.
Oh, most definitely. And that's like even when I was actually in the military, I actually got reprimanded for speaking up against that stuff and put it into my music, you know?
Wow, for real?
Yeah, I stood up about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the same person I've always been. If I feel something wrong, I'm going to speak up about it and,
Right.
and stand my ground on it.
Okay.
And I definitely, you know what I'm saying, spoke out on it and made songs about it and expressed my frustrations about it several times when I was in.
Mm-hmm. How did how did the songs go? And as you said, you were reprimanded, but um, how did your music go? Were people feeling it? Were you getting any kind of reactions about it?
Oh, I definitely got a few reactions from people that heard it because I was stationed in Germany at the time when I was doing it.
Okay.
And I got a pretty positive response from a lot of people that heard it. It was like, you know, we do be going through that. I feel you on that. You know, because like one of the tracks I did, I did a freestyle of a Scarface's Never. And in the
Mm-hmm.
song I talked about some, you know, things in life I'd never do. And
Right.
one of the lines that pissed off my chain of command was like when I told him that I would never be another man's bitch and I never let my nephews or family enlist. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it pissed him off.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
You know, because it was like, you know, you obviously have influence. You can influence people not to join. I said, well, I didn't know little old me had this type of influence on y'all. You know, I'm just coming in.
Oh no, you got an influence because of what you represent in that uniform.
Oh yeah, but definitely.
That's the
I realize
influence.
that now.
Yeah, that was the influence right there. And now you coming out into a venue of, oh shit, people listening and the youth is listening. Shit, my man in the military, he telling me not to even do that shit.
Right, right.
You feel me? That's what your commanding officer was looking at. Because now you got one potential soldier that won't be a soldier because of what you said.
Exactly. You know, something else I spoke on too. I spoke on the issues of how a lot of people be abusing their damn power, just being straight up.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
mean, if that ain't in the military and government, that's like a what they call back in the day the old boy network trade.
right, right.
You got to abuse your power if you got to.
And the cold part about it is a lot of those, I hate to say it like this, because they got some good sergeants, they got some good officers in the military as well. You know what I'm saying? They ain't all bad.
Right.
But a lot of the ones that be abusing that power are the ones that, when they was in high school, they was the ones that was getting bullied, didn't have friends,
Mm-hmm.
was social outcasts. So when they get in the military and get a little bit of power, oh, I'm going to flex on this dude because he
Yeah.
has something that I'm envious of. Or like in my case, I'm 6'6". So a lot of them, I was taller than a lot of my superiors sometimes. So
Right.
for them, that's automatic intimidation factor for them. Oh, this nigga's taller than me,
Right.
you know? Or I got to break him down to make sure he don't never try to buck up against me.
Yeah. Was you like big in stature?
I was always real small in stature. I gained weight after I got out, but I was
Okay.
kind of skinny in stature and everything. But I still had sides to me, you know.
Right. Got you. Yeah, shit. 6'6". I'm sure you did have some size. Yeah. And a lot of them drill sergeants and lieutenants and shit, they be having them small man complexes and all that shit.
Oh, definitely.
So once again, there go the mental health issue.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like I had a story about when I was in basic training, bro. Like when I first got there, I wasn't on no game banging stuff, or whatever, trying to do whatever. I was there to try to get my mind right and try to join the
Right.
military because my father served, so my family members served, you know.
Right.
My first week in basic training, you just getting to know everybody. And I'm the type of brother, where I was raised with my family is when you see another black person, that's your family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A brother, sister. It ain't no you the opposition, you whatever.
Right.
You brother. So I'm going around, you know, talking to different brothers and meeting different brothers in my platoon.
Right.
And I met this one brother and everything who had a little way about him. I ain't think too much of it. You know what I'm saying? But the dude kept on pushing an issue with me, like he had a problem. And at one point, dude threatened my life. And somehow, yeah, you ain't gonna make it out of the barracks tonight alive, nigga. I'm gonna kill you in sleep. Basically.
Oh, damn.
So what I did, just being resourceful, I did something. I made a makeshift weapon to protect myself.
Right.
What ended up happening was when they did an inspection to see what's going on at night, they found that weapon. And the dude told me, I fear for my life. He gonna kill me. And they
He was
bought
just trying to get you out the way.
exactly, and they bought into it because one of the drill sergeants was from Alabama, like he was. So he was playing that favoritism with the, you know what I'm saying, from the same area.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up going through training, got injured, and because of that incident with the weapon, they let me go all the way to like week 7 in training, and they put me back to day 0 to start over.
Oh,
Right?
damn.
Yeah, it was a crazy situation. But the entire time I was enduring that, bro. Check this out though. The entire time I was enduring that situation, the drill sergeants was coming to me, "What up, Shank? What up, Killer?" Trying to mess with me or trying to start something with me. I'm like, this nigga's the one that's threatening to kill me.
Right.
I'm just trying to defend myself. You feel me?
Right.
You know, like you're saying about that mental health thing, they pick a sore spot and they try to ride it till you can't take it no more and try to make you break.
Yep, exactly. And that's kind of fucked up.
Oh, it really is, bro. Like they'll take a spot like, okay, you might have your wife at home while you serving, right? In your basic training.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, your old lady back home getting smashed by Jody. Or, oh, your grandma's sick, she probably dying or something. They'll say something fucked up to get your mind, throw it off. And I'm like, oh, that ain't necessary.
No, but that's to psychologically toughen a motherfucker up, because let's say you get caught behind enemy lines, and in so many ways I can understand it, but not saying it's right. You know what I'm saying? Because what it is a unwritten psychological tactic.
Oh, definitely, yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's an unwritten psychological tactic to toughen up the psyche of the soldier. Because, like I said, if you get caught behind enemy lines, you know what I'm saying? Anybody know, you ain't have to go to the military to know that shit. They gonna try to break you. They gonna do whatever, say whatever to get you to get that information up.
That's true. That's true.
You know, so if your mind already, or if your psyche already tough or already trained to disassociate and not break down mentally wise, then whatever they do to you physically, et cetera, it ain't gonna matter because you ain't gonna break.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, in the Art of War with Sun Tzu, yeah, you're supposed to push your soldiers to that point, but you don't want to push too hard and break them. You feel me?
Exactly.
When you punish them,
because if you
push them. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now, I'm saying when you push them and you know, try to instill that into them, you also got to turn around and reward them when they do well to keep their morale up too.
Right. Exactly. And what I was going to say is, when you push that the continuing, just like with the torture, you keep applying the same tactic. hours after hours. That don't work, then you go to another tactic, hours after hours. You know what I'm saying? Until you succeed in what you're trying to get.
Hey, you know, when you were saying that, it reminded me of this movie me and my pops used to watch together called A Soldier Story with Denzel Washington in it.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s. And if you remember
Yep.
the plot line of that movie, the sergeant was a black dude, but he was going hard in the paint on soldiers from the South. You know, calling them all out their name, disrespecting them, riding them hard, right?
Yep.
To the point one of them ended up killing them because of the fact the dude kept on coming at him.
Right.
And that's something else that happens. It's rare, but a lot of people don't realize you push somebody too hard,
they go break the wrong way.
And think about it, bro. If I'm going to combat with you and everything, and I got to trust you with my life, I ain't gonna sit there and piss you off and say nothing to you to make you want to do nothing to me in a fire. Yeah. You feel me?
Not only that, if I got to trust you with my life, if you doing something that make me feel like I can't trust you, now I'm not finna fuck with you.
Exactly.
And that means I'm not finna say your black ass on that battlefield either.
Right. True that.
You know, because ain't nobody, I mean, that's just human fair. Ain't nobody want to help nobody that's to try to, you know what I'm saying, psychologically or mentally fuck over them. It's just, you know, it's just crazy. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. But even in the aspect of, let me ask you this question. When you were in, what did you do to psychologically and mentally stay strong and not, you know what I'm saying, fall into the pitfalls of the everyday bullshit?
Like when I was in basic training, I just tried to adapt to the environment best I could. And then when I graduated and went to AIT and all that stuff, I started, you know what I'm saying, still trying to do what I had to do. I linked up with people that was similar to me and kicked it with them. Then when I got to Germany and my duty station, I started doing things like diving into my music more.
Mm-hmm.
That was my saving grace right there, my music. Like, it helped me take my mind off of this stuff that gave me an outlet.
Okay.
You know,
what was the main? No, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
I was about to say, don't get me wrong too. Like when you're over there in a country like Germany, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot to do over there. You know, it's an experience.
Yeah, give me touch on that a little bit. What did you? You know what I'm saying? What was y'all able to do? What was y'all not supposed to do, et cetera, et cetera?
Like it depends on, like, you know, commands and units and everything. But overall, like the unit I was in, it was pretty much laid back. You know what I'm saying? Like on the weekends, you can go out, hit the club up, drink, do whatever you're gonna do, as long as you're good on Monday morning to handle your business. You know?
Right. Okay. Was y'all MPs assholes?
I actually met a couple of cool ones. You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of brothers that were MPs over there and everything, and they was real cool.
Okay.
You know.
Now, were y'all able to affiliate with the civilians, et cetera, et cetera?
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, in my second unit I was at, we actually worked side by side with civilians, local nationals from Germany.
Okay. Now, as far as the Asia, I know it's a lot of Asiatics over there. But were you privy to, you know, seeing the black Germans, et cetera, et cetera?
I met a few of them. I met a lot of African brothers and sisters over there too.
Ah, okay. So migrants from Africa over there.
They got a lot of them from Nigeria, Senegal, like you name it. They over there.
Oh, okay. Wow, I dig that. Now that's I mean, I asked that because, you know, you have a lot of people that you know what they call military brats. You know, you grow up in the military, you're traveling all over the world with the parents, et cetera, et cetera. It's rare that you know what I'm saying. Not saying it's not Asiatics all over the world, especially in Europe. But as far as in America, they try to portray that Asiatics are the minority on the earth when we're only the minority in America. You know, you get what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah, so that's why, you know what I'm saying, I'm asking, you know, these questions like, to say what would be the so-called Asiatic or black population in Spain. Well, hell, it should be a lot of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Or even in Greece. You know what I'm saying? Places where, according to public schools and the whack world history books, Asiatics don't thrive at. You feel me?
Oh, I got you, definitely. And something
Yeah,
you saying that reminded me when I was over there in Germany. A lot of the Africans would tell me this sometimes. Even some of the Germans, they were like, "Do you know who you are? You come from
man,
up."
yeah, right, exactly, exactly. I get that. I was I was talking with a brother in Morocco, in
Mm-hmm.
Casablanca, Halal Beats, and I was telling him about Noble Prophet Noble Drew Ali, about the
Okay.
Moorish Americans over here in America. You know what I'm saying? The connection between Morocco and America. You know, back in the 15 and the 1600s with the Sultan and stuff.
Yeah.
And I told him, go to your universities and do some in-depth study. And I gave him a few names or whatever to look up or whatever. And he was like totally taken aback because they don't teach that over there.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? They don't teach the Moroccan children in Morocco that there was a connection with America.
That's crazy. I think they do that to try to have a disconnect there and have that have us being at odds with them too.
Exactly. It's a disconnect of us over here in America, Asiatics not knowing or keeping us from finding out the truth about who we really are in this country. All
Oh,
of us were not slaves.
exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And then we got to think about this also, bro. Who the fuck was over here before Columbus?
It, you hit the nail on the head, bro. He didn't discover America; they was already here. Folks was already over there.
Exactly. And the thing about Columbus, chump ass, never made it to America. And this is why they call the West people, the brothers and sisters in the West Indies, Indians,
Right.
because his dumb ass landed in Barbados
Mm-hmm.
and he saw an Asiatic, but he thinking the subcontinent of India. You follow me now?
Oh, I'm following you. I got you.
The subcontinent of India, which we know have Asiatics, dark skin, light skin, etc., with
Mm-hmm.
the straight hair, they didn't have the woolly kinky hair.
Right.
But when he seen the West, he seen the brothers and sisters in Barbados, that's what he thought. Subcontinent of India. So he started calling them Indians.
I read that. I'm like, to me, that's crazy.
Yeah. Those who were already over here were part of the Moroccan Empire that thrived in North and South America, along with all the South American brothers and sisters. We
Right.
are all one family, and they try to, as much as possible, separate that because unified, yeah,
Oh,
unified, we'll be a force to reckon with.
oh, I feel you, bro. That's like my pops used to always say, together we stand, divided we fall, you know?
Exactly, exactly. And as long as they keep us not knowing, just like with the military, they give you a basis of what they want you to know and learn to keep you a servant. And when I say servant, in the mentality of even in the chain of command, if you really look at it, somebody is always over somebody.
That's true.
Why? What the fuck do I need 15,000 motherfuckers up over me before I even reach three ranks?
Right. That's like in the Marine Corps. I was looking somewhere like a while back. In the entire history of the Marine Corps, they finally got a black general of a certain rank in the 200
Finally.
plus years. Finally, in the entire
Right.
time.
That's crazy. How long did it take?
over 200 some years, if not longer.
To finally get a black 5-star general?
I don't know if he was 5. He might have been a 3 or a 4. I can't remember what he was, but he was a high-ranking general.
Mm-hmm. And that's the Marine Corps.
Exactly.
You know how many brothers that died in the Marine Corps?
Too many.
But when it first started, I think let me think. In World War One, even though brothers was fighting way long with Christmas Adams in the American Revolution, but World War One, I think, is the first time America started allowing Asiatics into the military because, they couldn't be seen at night, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
The darker they were, the better they were at combat at night against the enemy and the forces of Germany, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So when you sit back, and then we go to the Tuskegee Airmen, all them brothers that flew in the Air Force and stuff. It's just, you have to realize, after all these decades, aeons of time, these motherfuckers are not righteous for us. Their military is not for us. It's their military. It's not ours.
Bro, you ain't never lying about that, because I'm going to take you through a little bit of Army history, too. I think they only had about maybe 2 or 3 black command sergeant majors of the Army. That was like, because command sergeant major is the highest rank you can go as an enlisted person.
Mm-hmm.
They've only had about 2 or 3 black sergeant majors of the Army. You want to know what happened to them dudes?
They end up in politics.
No, every single last one of them dudes, their terms ended in a scandal.
What?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You can look it up. They either got arrested, demoted, something crazy happened and everything, but they never had a graceful retirement.
Right.
In that position.
Wow, that's crazy. So how did Colin Powell end up being what he ended up being, head of the Pentagon and all that?
To be honest, I'm not really sure how I know he went through either West Point, or he went through some type of training to become an officer. I don't know which one he went to exactly, but I know he probably just rose with the ranks of being a commissioned officer and just did his thing.
Oh, okay. So you had to go from being enlisted to commissioned.
Right. Or you can go through college first and you come out commissioned.
Ah, okay. Well, he had his grandfather's, well, his father was Adam Clayton Powell, so we already know he had, the fixings already in the first place.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But they definitely wouldn't let him go for. You remember when he tried to run for president?
I remember that.
And they told him, no, or we'll kill you. They literally told him.
Mm-hmm.
You try to run because he was gonna win.
Right.
That's when Jesse Jackson decided he wanted to run for president.
I remember that.
Yeah, he would have dusted Jesse, and then Jesse would have took his followers, and everybody would have voted for Clayton Powell Jr., Adam Clayton Powell Jr. He would have became the president. He would have been the first black president, according to this theology. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before Barack. But they told him flat out, because he knew too much. See, Barack wasn't in the military.
Right.
He didn't know what, Adam Powell knew.
Colin Powell.
Colin Powell, yeah. So that's some heavy shit.
It is. Amen.
That's some heavy shit right there, man. Just even think about the ramifications of, because you were a 5-star general, you became Secretary of Defense, you run the Pentagon, but they won't let you run the country because of the information that you know about the country.
Mm-hmm.
That's some deep doo-doo.
It definitely is, brother. It definitely is, man.
Yeah, Yeah, that's some deep doo-doo there, man. What was the other subject, brother, you wanted to speak about as far as the military?
I didn't really want to speak too much more on the military aspect. I want to speak on the case of music artists and everything, and about our community.
Oh, let's get it.
Yeah, I basically want to touch on like how you feel about the climate of the underground community on social media and stuff. Like as far as like the
The
network.
underground community, first and foremost, let me give a big ass mass salute and shout out to the underground movement, whether it be hip hop, pop, rock, whatever. But we deal with the hip hop movement
Mm-hmm.
and the R&B. Uh, bro, I love it. Now, the thing about the underground community is, as large and broad as it is, you have to find those that niche with you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
You have to find those that will see. With me, I have a different perspective on shit, because you got some people that'll be, well, if you ain't supporting me, I ain't supporting you. Okay, fine. Yeah, you ain't got to get your jaws all up in the bunch about it.
Right, right.
If you see the little tweets or the little Instagram or Facebook posts, why don't people support me? I've never been that type of individual. I
Right, right.
support I support because it's free, for one. It don't take shit to hit that share button, say a few words, and keep it moving.
Exactly.
Even if a motherfucker, bro, even if a motherfucker hating, man, S.J.6 just came out with a new song. I'm finna hate on his ass. Hit that share button and put all trash cans on that motherfucker. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's still support. You get me?
Right, right.
Because somebody gonna be like, damn, man, why my man put trash cans on S.J.6 shit? S.J.6 don't put no false ass, whack ass hip hop out. So that's gonna make them go check that shit out. You feel me?
Right. It's gonna give you engagement.
Hey, bam. So that's cool. My thing is, I've always been one to help. So I don't give a fuck. You know, if somebody share it or not. Personally, I appreciate it and I'm humbled by it because I'm an artist, because they're artists, and I know as a human being, if I share somebody's shit, I would, per se, want somebody to share my shit,
Right.
per se. But if that don't happen, I'm not gonna be all up in a rage about it, because as long as I'm putting out good material, somebody go share it.
True, true.
I can have that one loyal fan, and I don't even call them fans. To me, that's a degrading word.
True.
I got that one loyal supporter and rock out with that supporter to the duration, and I'm happy.
Yeah, I feel you on that 100%, bro. Like that's how I am too. I'm just
Yeah, but
when it comes
yeah,
to
that's
that man,
that's 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 how I look at it. But like I say, support is free, bro. I don't, it ain't shit to hit the button and keep it moving.
right, that's true. And my approach on it is this: like, as an artist myself, I'm a fan of music as well as an artist. So if somebody has dope music, I don't mind sharing it. But hey, bro, you dope. You don't say
Right,
nothing from me.
right.
I know they had a lot of artists that's like that though. They'll hear somebody's music and they could be dope as hell, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's straight, or it's alright, or won't fit in at all." Rather than just
Yeah.
giving this man props. They don't say nothing for you to give this man props for doing anything
No, it don't.
at all.
It don't. But that's ego.
Right,
You see what I'm saying? That's the competition. I don't never look at this shit no competition type mentality.
bro. We all can eat.
Come on now. And even, and even if we ain't eating, even if we starving artists, the fact of it with me is it's the craft of the art.
Right,
I love the craft of doing hip hop. When you do good hip hop, I love the craft of that.
right.
So I'm all in. You see what I'm saying? everybody don't look at it like that. You have your artists and you have your rappers.
Right.
And this is my opinion, mind you. The rappers are those that have the talent to rap and they want to make money off of it. So they do what they do to make money, however they do it. Cool. Get your hustle on. Hopefully, when you do make it to the mainstream or the industry where you feel you want to be at, you reach back and bring somebody else up. If you don't, cool. You know what I'm saying? Then you have your artist, the one who delves down deep inside self and creates that beautiful music that they put out, whether it's to one person or whether it's to 50,000 persons. You know what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
just love what the fuck they doing with whatever music or genre that they doing it in. And that's me. I'm the artist.
For sure, bro. I'm definitely with you on that. So I'm the artist as well. You know what I'm saying? I love the craft.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And that we because I'm sure you came from the era of that's what hip hop is, loving the craft of it. Whether you a DJ, whether you dancing, whether you art, digital graphing or whatever, or you grabbing a microphone or producing, it's hip hop.
Exactly. You
And
gotta love the culture.
you got the oh man, can we say it one more time for the people in the back?
For sure. You
You
have to
got to
love the culture.
learn the culture. Amen. And that's what another thing I love about the underground. You have people that know the culture. Now you have your ignorant ones too. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother Configure, um, the producer for one of the producers for Arrested Development. He in the UK.
Okay.
Smooth, cool, laid back brother.
Mm-hmm.
He's European.
Right.
So one guy he shared it, said something stupid, and was like, "I'm not finna argue hip hop with a white boy." And I'm like, this guy has a degree in hip hop. He has a literal PhD in hip hop, meaning he didn't study hip hop over 20 some odd years, and he has the certification of it.
Right.
That's like arguing with Chuck D.
Right. Or KRS-One.
Okay, all right. You see what I'm saying? And then oh, I'm not finna arguing with Eminem. I'm not finna argue with you. You're a white boy. So if you know hip hop, you know hip hop. He's not a culture vulture.
Right.
You see
Right.
what I'm saying? You want to argue with them record execs that's not giving the artist they masters.
Right.
That's who you tell that kind of shit to. You know what I'm saying? But bro, the underground social media wise, I love it. I love it. That's it. If you want to shit, title me shit. I'm a social media artist. I'm a social media rapper.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
You see, I'm a YouTuber. I'm cool with that. Just the new lingo of the days times. Yep, just label me a YouTube rapper, and I'm cool with that.
And I'm still getting used to the idea of being a social media artist and everything, and put myself out there more because I'm an introverted cat. I'm to myself. You feel me?
Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't bro, and this is gonna be funny as fuck, but majority of my friends come from social media, bro.
Hey, I'm the same way.
And I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? The way I am on social media is the way I am in real life. I'm laid back, I'm chill, we smoke, we chop it up. But when it comes to loyalty and everything, I know how I am. So I don't do all that hanging around with crowds and shit. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I could get so-called famous or whatever. You'll never see me around a crowd of motherfuckers. That's not my skill.
Right. Right. I feel you.
So and yeah, when you said what you said, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Totally. But
Hey,
nah, man, hip hop, I love it. When you coming out with some new stuff?
I got some stuff in the works right now that I'm working on because right now I'm in college too and everything, trying to get my degree.
Okay.
And so that take up a lot of my time most of the time.
Yeah.
I got some stuff I'm working on with quite a few artists and producers and everything. I just got to get it out.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So before we conclude this second great episode with S.J.6, let them know where to find you at, man. All your social media handles, YouTube, and all that.
For sure, man. You can find me on Twitter at S.J.6. YXX. On Instagram, I am SJ6. And on YouTube is S.J.6. You know what I'm saying? I'm on SoundCloud, pretty much all the platforms and everything. Just type in S.J.6 and if you want to find me, I got the same picture up. You know what I'm saying? Me with the camo on holding M16.
That's right. That's right. That's what's up. That's what's up. It's always, as Don Cornelius used to say, a stone gas, baby, chopping it up with you. Now, you know, you welcome anytime on Just a Conversation, King.
Hey,
We appreciate you coming through.
Hey,
Any last part of wisdom?
Man, all I want to say, man, is to those who love the culture, hip hop, and everything. In August, 50 years is coming up on the culture. You know what I'm saying? If you get a chance, show love to the legends and the pioneers of this thing. You know.
Amen. Amen. 50 years of hip hop. Didn't nobody think it would go this far either, especially back in the day, in the 70s, early 70s when it first started.
Yeah, that's true.
DJ Cool, Hurt, Red Alert, Africa Bambaataa, them boys in the NY.
Yep, MC Coke LaRock, the first MC.
Yo, man, come on now. Man, talk about it. Cass, all them. And now here we is, hip hop all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
All over the world. Still go represent it. Still go represent it.
Always, always.
Once again, I appreciate you, my brother. Mad salute to you and your family, King. Stay blessed. And you know we gonna do this again, King.
Always, brother. I appreciate you too. Much love and respect to you and your fam too, man.
All is well. You already know I'm gonna get it to you when it pop up.
All right, fam. Peace.
All right, peace.